Something really important to know about me is that I'm a hater who hates. Welcome to a sunny book nook. Today I'm going to be talking about some books and authors that I simply refuse to read. And some of them are because I have tried, I've made a fair attempt, and some of them are just me being a judgmental bitch. But I think I'm entitled to that. As like a purveyor of good taste, I think I can choose what I feel like I know I will not enjoy. So let's just get into this list. I have some names first. Let's get into the YA authors who I do not really fuck with. One, V.E. Schwab. So I tried to read A Darker Shade of Magic, the first book in the trilogy. I thought it was kind of meh, to be honest. And looking back on it now, it's just not. And also, everyone talks about Addie LaRue. Bitch, I'm not gonna read that shit. I've also tried reading Vicious, and also I couldn't really get through it. Her writing style just like is not something I really fuck with, and I think she is just like she just seems like a really annoying white woman. The next YA author I don't really want to read from is Chloe Gong. She seems like a really sweet person, to be honest. Her TikToks land on my For You page sometimes, but I tried reading These Violent Delights and I'm just not a fan, to be quite honest. I don't know. Something about her writing style and also the stories that she crafts, or the story that she's crafted, and that from what I read, I couldn't really jive with it. It just didn't keep my interest, to be honest. She's impressive though for having written that at such a young age. Okay, another YA author, Amina Mae Sophie. So I read her one book. Oh, you'll see the cover here, but I really did not like it. I thought the writing was so corny and everything about it was really stupid. Like all of the characters and their dynamics and everything. I just found it really inane and difficult to read, but I pushed myself through it. I tried starting her other book and I also hated the writing style so much. It's in some YA contemporaries where where it seems like the author thinks that the reader is stupid as fuck and thus makes their characters also like that. I feel like sometimes Becky Albertalli does this, sometimes Adam Silvera does. I'm just throwing out names at this point because and I've tried reading all of these people's books, but I don't know, but I can't make the generalization that I don't like YA contemporaries because there are some that I have enjoyed. It's just these people's writing styles, I feel like because they appeal to the mass public and they're supposed to be so commercial in such a way for young adult readers, I just can't really fully get into it. Not to say that commercial writing that sort of appeals to a wide range of readers isn't something that I engage in and enjoy. I'm a Taylor Jenkins Reid enjoyer, so I get it, but it just I can't with those particular authors. Okay, now to get into thriller authors. So Lucy Foley. I've never tried reading anything by her, but in terms of vibes and in the plot synopses that I've heard, it just doesn't sound like stuff that I would really be interested in, especially because there's an airplane flying, so if you can hear that, I'm sorry. Basically, a lot of the people who seem to like her books also seem to like other thriller authors who I don't really fuck with. So there's that. The other author I have in mind is Taylor Adams. I read No Exit for a Thriller vlog a year or two ago, and I really didn't like it. I don't like his writing style. And I tried starting Hairpin Bridge. I also DNF'd that. I did not really enjoy it. Also in my wrap-ups and in my other regular YouTube videos, I don't really talk about books that I DNF, mostly because I don't have as much to say about them because I didn't fully read them, you know what I mean? Which is why I'm making this video. I generally don't talk about these books or authors. I tend to know my taste and I pick books that I know I will get some enjoyment from probably, and so which is why I want to sort of delineate all the books and authors and types of writing styles that I'm not a big fan of in this video, and we'll probably end up touching on a bunch of DNFs in that process. So another YA horror author that I don't really want to read from is Rory Power. I tried to read her first book, I think, and I did not really like it. I think that, I don't know, the story just didn't grasp me in a particular way. I could really see how it was going to play out, and I wasn't that interested. I think there are writers who do magical realism and surrealism and horror and body horror in a more interesting way, and so I just prefer to read those authors and those books. I can't think of anyone right now, but like I know it when I see it, you know? Oh, okay, and so another speculative fiction sort of sci-fi writer I don't really want to read is Sarah Galey. I tried reading Upright Women Wanted. Well, I did read it, and I did not really like it. I didn't like the writing style, I didn't like the characters, that the setting and the idea behind it was cool, but like I also DNF'd the Echo Wife in my reading vlog, reading the sci-fi nominations for 2021 for the Goodreads Award, and I couldn't get through it. I just really don't think Sarah Galey's writing style is something that I personally enjoy. It feels simultaneously a bit too obvious and repetitive and like, I don't know, in your face, while also not actually discussing at length the things that need to be discussed and like touching on the things that are interesting. I DNF'd Echo Wife, which everyone seems to love, and I did not really like Upright Women Wanted, which a lot of people seem to enjoy. So maybe I'm just a hater, but you know, we already knew that. Okay, please don't persecute me for this one. But Hanya Yanagihara, I will never read anything that woman writes. I'm sorry. I think Andrea Long Chu of the New York Post, or no, the New York, wrote a scathing article about her that I read and made me giggle and laugh a little bit. And it's sort of about the way that the author tortures her gay male characters, her gay male protagonists, in a way that sort of begs the reader's sympathy while simultaneously coddling that character. I'm just like, I think that the whole concepts behind a lot of her work is just not something I really care to read. Kind of similar to like The Goldfinch, who the fuck wrote that? The Goldfinch, right? That dark academia sort of vibes. I don't know. I think it only works for me in particular settings and particular ways, and I just don't think that these people can really do it for me. Or not even just like dark academia, but like a darker adult sort of like exploring trauma and shit within like an academic setting or within like a really vibrant city setting. I don't know. And so many people love A Little Life like so much, but I'm just never gonna read it. I don't want to. I think to torture your characters and your readers in such a way feels very cheap, and I know some people enjoy it and don't feel that way about it, but I already know, I can already anticipate the hater energy coming out, because I already hate Hanya Yanagihara. Okay, finally, let's talk about two books that are romances that everyone loves and always talks about. Beach Read by Emily Henry. I will never read that. I'm sorry, like that just seems so annoying and trite. I mean, everything by Emily Henry does. And also Tessa Dare as an author. I don't know. It just gives me the ick already. And The Love Hypothesis. The fact that it's a Reylo fanfiction turned book, and also just from what I've heard about it. Oh, also The Hating Game. These are all just like really popular romance novels that I just don't want to read. I also don't like reading about heterosexual romances in general, but I think some of them are fine, but most of them just, I don't want to touch it with like a 10-foot pole, you know? But yeah, I think that's my hater list for now. If I have any more in mind in the future, just let me know whether you want to hear the other people that I don't want to read from and will not read from. And please don't try to convince me to read any of these things. I'm not going to. and that's a fucking guarantee. This was just me being a bit of a hater, a massive bitch, and I just had to get it out of my system, you know what I mean? Please like, subscribe, comment if you don't hate me already because I dunked on your faves. But you can find me on all my social medias linked down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.